కచేరీ
Special welcome to our chief guest, Justice Sri Sanjay Kishan Kaul. His inaugurating this year's Margazhi season here is a matter of great joy and honor to us. Justice Sri Sanjay Kishan Kaul graduated in Economics Honours from St. Stephen's College, Delhi, and obtained LLB degree from Delhi University.
I consider myself young, and I think every one of you should too, as they say these days, Brahmin family. We loved Carnatic music and were passionate Rasikas. My grandparents led a battalion of Mylapore-based family Rasikas to the concerts at the Music Academy every year. All my uncles and aunts on both sides learned music. This meant that when I started performing, I was very much a target of that special brand of the Tanjavur Jilla's biting sarcasm and humor. Every raga sung, every failure detected would immediately be subject to comments and critical dissection. Even in the family, there was a clear Lakshya and Lakshana divide. There was my maternal grandfather and several uncles who sang raga alapanas and hardly knew the names of the composers of songs. There were the aunts who dominated the Unjal sessions during weddings with their entire repertoire. My mother had learned music for many years, and I knew several kritis just by having listened to her sing, even before I formally started learning. The radio in the house played either Carnatic music or cricket commentary. My father it was who introduced me to the likes of G.N. Balasubramaniam and Alathur brothers, at the same time as Gary Sobers and Gundappa Vishwanath. My parents wanted me and my siblings to learn music so that we could appreciate and enjoy this wonderful art form. My brother learned to sing and play the mridangam, while my sister also sang and learned to play the violin. However, there was no real intention to make musicians out of us or to see us perform in public. Singing in music competitions were the first real steps towards public performance. It gave me exposure to sing before many stalwarts who sat in as judges. It ensured I had a sufficiently large repertoire to be able to compete. Winning the gents vocal category in the Madras Music Academy's annual competitions would ensure that you had a good enough standard to be considered for a concert in the afternoon slot. Entering a Tyagaraja Kriti's competition back then, you could be mistaken into thinking you were in a women's college. There were hardly 2 or 3 boys in a field of over 150 participants. Thankfully for me, there were a few judges who gave us boys consolation prizes to encourage us to not give up in frustration. I gave my first concert in 1986 under the auspices of the YACM, Youth Association for Classical Music. The late 80s and early 90s was an exhilarating time for a young Carnatic musician in Madras. Powered by the YACM and its members, organizations and sabhas started having exclusive youth festivals. Even here, the Music Academy took the lead in establishing the Spirit of Youth Festival in 1987. Our enthusiasm and fiery idealism was welcomed and encouraged by the wise old masters and received spontaneously by the open-minded Rasikas. This helped me and my generation to quickly gain experience from concert singing and establish important aspects of singing is the ability to understand the note, or Swaranyana as it is known. The knowledge of the Swara gives a better understanding of what one is singing, and learning to play an instrument is a great advantage in this respect. My years of learning the violin under Sri V. Lakshmi Narayana has stood me in good stead, and I should say, thankfully, the violin was difficult enough for me to not spend too much time on it. Having a large repertoire is a big bonus. Learning and singing compositions in a disciplined manner contributes immensely to successful performance. If the raga occupies primacy in Indian classical music, then the compositions provide the window into the Raga Lakshanams. My grand aunt and guru, Srimati Rukmini Rajagopalan, knew a huge number of compositions, having learnt them from several great masters. She stressed the importance of repeated singing of kritis at home to achieve perfection. It is necessary to sing a composition at least 50 times before you can sing it on stage. The finish and sheen that the song acquires when practiced in this manner is unmatched. Learning from a guru is one thing. Later on, my own personal curiosity and the thirst to learn newer compositions drew me to the wealth of published material that is available. It was my good friend, historian and writer V. Sriram who goaded me to actually visit libraries, look into the past and seek inspiration. Digging through the books and written manuscripts of my guru, as well as scholars like V.S. Gomati Shankaraya, motivated me to learn, practice and polish several beautiful compositions that had not seen the light of day. Manodharma Sangeetam, as is seen in Raga Alapana, Nirabal, Kalpana Swara, and in the composite musical form, the Ragam Tanam Pallavi, is the true test of the vidvat of a musician. My guru, Calcutta Shri K.S. Krishnamurti, was a master of Kalpana Sangeetam. He knew exactly how to tap into a student's mind. He encouraged me to think out of the box, to come up with ways to expand and elaborate a raga, keeping the aesthetic framework intact. Finding a new phrase or two was quite a challenge, and my guru guided me through this phase with his brilliant insights. Singing with abandon is another important aspect of public performance. While introspection is a sign of maturity, the spirit of freedom connects you to the listener instantly. Nadaswara music, played in the open, achieves this perfect blend beautifully. Musicians like Chammangudi Srinivasa Iyer and Madurai T. and Seshagopalan have waxed eloquent on the importance of listening to the music of the Nadaswaram maestros. My years of learning from Shembanar Goyal S.R.D. Vaidyanathan opened my eyes to many of these subtle features that characterize their music. Shri S.R.D. encouraged me to sing the Mallari and several other compositions, Laya exercises and Pallavis with flute maestro Shri N. Ramani, who has inspired me so much. Over the course of several conversations and interactions, he has conveyed so much in terms of valuable musical and professional inputs. He was really looking forward to being here today, but unfortunately left us earlier this year.
Music can thus easily be used as an instrument of peace in the society, where there is chaos between people of different origins and backgrounds. Whether one is a music enthusiast or not, the best way to express one's feeling, be it anger, joy, love or passion, it can be expressed effectively through music.
For proposing the name of Vidwan Sri Sanjay Subramanian for Sangeeta Kalanidhi 2015 and receiving the first copy of journal. We thank Vidushi Sangeeta Kalanidhi, Srimati C. Saroja for seconding the proposal and receiving the first copy of the souvenir. And also we thank Sangeeta Kalanidhi Vidwan Sri Sanjay Subramanian for receiving the first copy of the Raga Nidhi. We thank all the artists for coming forward to perform in this season after the recent flood.